Ah, right. So, where's that? No. I'm gonna move it all the way. There we go. Okay, so, we just got done work. So I'm busy telling the story. There's not really anything life-changing in the stories other than, more information to, drag down those dummies and, should come over and, pull the wool over your eyes, which is, I've been told to do that, which is, maybe I'll pull that up. So, we got, I know they've got a very elaborate plan that involves just slowing me down. So look at the Repo Man here. Basically, Repo Man, that's about me repossessing the universe, repossessing this planet. Then I'm the son, or that guy that's your son of man, or the son of the creator. I'm the physical son. My spirits are the fathers of all creation. So I'm the real deal. Not that other idiot that's gonna come around here. So, damn, what they looking at? Why are they looking at me for? I've been sitting back, staring through the people. That's God. He's staring back, looking through the people. He's waiting for the opportune moment to come here and, try to assassinate me and pull the wool over your eyes. So, now I'm back. Got the keys to the wheel. So that's referring to the invisible electromagnetic radiation in the universe, because it requires their evil grandmother and evil grandfather for them to fly their spaceships. So I disabled that, like in the summertime when I was exercising and stuff. And then they got me to relapse, and I've been chasing a bunch of smoke and mirrors ever since. It's going nowhere. So that's this here. So okay, so this is a representation of me when I was 300 pounds. I began with dieting and running. So that's the invisible electromagnetic radiation wave right here. Okay, so that's how their ships get around. They fly on a bubble of electricity, invisible electricity. And the grandfather, he moves the entire universe around. So, how is this in there? So, if that spaceship wants to go somewhere, it's not the spaceship that moves, but the universe moves like that, because it's a quantum subatomic particle, and you don't have any issues with gravity, because you're moving at faster than speed lights, faster than light speed, I should say. So this was me at 280 pounds. So what had happened here is I basically began to transform that wave. Here, when I was at 260, I was switching it around. So these little dots here, those are hydrogen and hydrogen atoms, but they're split up into one proton and one earth proton and one electron, which is a fire electron. So these little bubbles here, they represent me purifying the hydrogen in the universe, so that my spirit could take up residence in the hydrogen, which means he'd take up residence in the fire electron and the earth neutron and the earth proton. And at that time, it was my theory that this wave, because it's negative and controlled by evil grandmother and evil grandfather, that I could stick the hydrogen the hydrogen fire electrons and hydrogen earth neutrons to that wave. So this invisible electromagnetic wave would have a bunch of hydrogen sticking to it. because the hydrogen will become positive, and because these guys are sinners, this will become I would stay negative. So that was my theory. At the time, I assumed they were these guys were the bad guys. So it turns out that that's not the case. I'm assuming they positioned themselves to become the good guys. So you want to think of this wave as being black and gray because they've screwed over my spirit basically. So if my spirit is anywhere in this wave, then it's going to be black and gray. If, however, it is not, then it's not going to be black and gray. It's going to be normal. It's going to be that normal color there because their spirits live in the quantum computer in their brains. They're hidden away so they can't be infected with sin. So for 200,000 years they've been purifying themselves. And I got gas, which is the element Earth, in my intestines because of the climax that I did, and it was the two adults, Minokma and Emmerich. I was told to do them, but here I am getting gas. Why am I getting the gas? Well, it's the element Earth. That's what these guys had me doing here. If you recall, I told you that they're getting me, trying to get me to infect that planet's black hole was in through the microscopic black holes in the nuclear fusion reactors. Those are plants, animals, insects, and fungi spirits, and those are plants, animals, insects, and fungi spirits. So the elements here, because I haven't been able to run or do anything properly because I've been too busy, getting high. When I eat food and it goes into my stomach, that's the element fire, which my stomach doesn't agree with, and then it hits the intestines, and then I get gas because I'm carrying sin inside of me. So this wave here, and this wave here. So, if there's any truth to this being what I just said to this, meaning that wave, it connects the black holes at the center of all galaxies, every star that was in the universe, and all the planets, and there's 1,400 planets, and then all the moons are connected by that wave or gravity. So, because I relapsed when I was 260 pounds, I never made it to 240 pounds, where the process was when I stick the hydrogen electrons and hydrogen protons to that wave, that I would have sucked the life force out of the evil grandmother and evil grandfather in that particular wave until that wave became positive. And then once it became positive here, when I'm 220 pounds, that wave would be mine throughout all creation. So this wave here would be mine. These guys here, that's grandfather, that's grandmother, that's the plants, animals, insects, and fungi, and those are, I think it's the grandmother. So they would have all fallen asleep, and they would have fell to the bottom of the black hole and would have been stuck there, and I would have been at the top of the black hole. But because they got me to relapse, I'm now at the bottom of the goddamn hole and behind the 8 ball. And I got some dumbass clown gonna come over here who's not gonna afford me the opportunity to, run and protect myself. So now I'm back, got the keys to the wheel. So it can mean one of two things. It means he's got the keys to the wheel because my guy is locked away. So if he's got the keys to the wheel, it just means that he can fly a spaceship along there. If, however, now I'm back, got the keys to the wheel, it means the exact opposite of what I just told you. So if this wave here is his grandmother and grandfather's spirit, and they position themselves to be, these upstanding spirits in creation, to pull the wool over your eyes, and they got me to commit all this goddamn sin as a way to try to get rid of me and purify themselves along the way. Well, if that hydrogen fire electron and Earth proton in the universe is mine, which is, I believe it is because of these particles here. That's mine there, the atom. So they would be negative because I'm carrying that sin. And the more sin I commit by creating these images in my mind that please the spirits and then climax, well, that would do the exact same thing here. So these particles, because they're negative, would stick to that positive wave there and suck the life force out of it, meaning it would kill the evil grandmother and evil grandfather that are that wave, and it would put them at the bottom of the black hole, along with me. And because we're all at the bottom of the black hole, I would assume that, you know, their spaceship would not fly. So they now, so as these particles stick to it right there, that's, you know, these are negative particles sticking to that wave that's positive. It sucks the life force out of there, killing the evil grandmother, evil grandfather, until the particles reach neutrality. So the particles would fly off after the grandmother and grandfather did because the particle would no longer be positive. It'd be negative, like me. So if that's the case, well then, now I'm back. I got the keys to the wheel, meaning their spaceships over here, right? Their spaceships that they use to fly along that is now ineffective. They cannot, you know, basically come over here. I have the keys to the wheel, meaning all I got to do is wake up my grandpa's spirit by going for a run, and tomorrow, and we might be able to get that message over to the elemental universe, you know. But I don't want to read too much into the song here. So I'm the Repo Man, old soul banging all over my new flow. So the old soul. Okay, so the old soul, where is it here? The old soul is a representation of all of this here. So that's old. 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 All of those have aged. But if I didn't have all these, I don't think I probably would have survived all of these black magic assassination attempts on my life. So that's what it's referring to, because I have an old soul, and it's banging all over my new flow. So this is a new flow. These guys are only used to me having that, and that, and maybe that, and maybe that. They're not used to me having all of these other ones. So I'm banging all of my new flow. So I made it my way. You know, crystal meth and pleasing spirits. Never had the glucose. Never had the sugar. So the glucose means I've never had the sugar. Meaning I did not spend a whole lot of time with Jada because at the beginning of the Vision Quest, I did not want to fantasize about her for fear of infecting her spirit with sin and draining her life force. I have thought about her recently in the past, several months of the Vision Quest. But I don't think it's enough to do damage. So that's what it's talking about. So I made it my way. Never had the sugar or glucose or sweetness. Rush told me don't stop till they move. Okay, so Rush Limbaugh, he used to have a TV show. So what Rush talks about is basically Rush Limbaugh told me not to stop till they move. It means a TV show told me don't stop until they move. So that TV show can be it could be all my videos here. So all of these videos here, I think at last count, there's like 250 videos. They explain, a lot of information that I learned since I started posting videos. And they're designed for mankind to review these in the event that these clowns come around here and try to pretend to be somebody they're not. Not to mention, bringing a smear tape over here that they recorded to be my most intimate moment. So, Rush means Rush Limbaugh, the show. So because I haven't been afforded the opportunity to create this show the way I want to create it, I'm just doing these observations here. But there's enough observations here of me giving these dumbasses that are going to come over here in their UFOs, pretending to be your maker shit. So there's enough evidence here to stand up in court if these clowns come around. Don't think it's going to be as easy as fucking walking over mankind because you got some fucking spaceships, man, and fucking advanced technology and some dumbass book that you say you created and some fucking smear tape, man. It's not going to be that easy. So, if you guys watch this Batman v Superman trailer, that's me. I'm Superman. And this dumbass is Batman. Why? Because he created COVID. It's a last-ditch resort effort to kill everybody. That's why he's the Batman, because bats carry rabies, they carry hantavirus, they carry Ebola virus, and they carry COVID. And at some point in time, it's all designed to mix together. So he's the Batman. I'm the Superman. That's why it's Batman v Superman. But at the beginning of the trailer, you'll hear some judge saying, today is a day for truth. The world needs to know what happened and what he stands for. So when he comes around here, this trailer is about him coming around here. And you guys needing to know what the fuck happened and what he stands for. He stands for pedophilia. Because he created these goddamn pedophile androids down in this universe to fuck up my spirit. Not to mention he's running around as a 12, 13-year-old boy. So, I'll play one particular scene here.
Holds him responsible.
So, that's him there, but he's holding a little kid. So, when you hear the judge say, let the record show that this committee holds him responsible, that's my belief that somebody at Rogers is recording this to the cloud. And, since this is our last life, it might be her time to shine. I don't think she's ever come out of the 9 past lives to help me, but something tells me she might come out this time if she's real. So, let the Rogers record show that this committee holds, the dumbass gods coming around here and their stupid ass UFOs responsible for pedophilia.
Let the record show that this committee holds him responsible.
So, I can't remember where the hell it was. Yeah, we're back at the Repo Man. So, Rush Limbaugh told me, don't stop till they move. Meaning, if I have that Rogers recording, that's gonna, shake up things in their plan to take over creation, because it's designed to wake up people's third eyes and allow you to see what I see out here. So, that's one meaning. The other meaning is when I create my actual show, where I'm gonna say you can watch me 24/7 on my phone and tune in to me and learn that way. So I'll be doing the show on my phone, which will be uploaded to the cloud to be recorded, where it could be a series where people can just go and watch it at their own time. But at the same time, it's designed to stop religion from thinking I'm Satan, jumping in the goddamn closet, opening a portal to hell, and taking off down below. Because I'll put my phone down beside me and I'll sleep beside it 24/7. That way the man will say, how do I know that guy's not opening a portal to hell at night and taking off? Because he's sleeping right there. You can see him. He didn't go anywhere. So it's designed to help you guys, have peace of mind that I'm the good guy, despite my future warfare tactics that I had to employ to please some evil, dirty spirits to get some information conducive to our survival. So these videos that I'm making right now is another meaning. So the rush of crystal meth. Told me don't stop till they move on them. Meaning, I'm creating all these videos, right? Like 250 videos. Probably by the time they get over, who knows? I might have 10 or 20 more. So I'll have a big playlist that people can go through them, and they can set the stage for the worldwide debate, because that's what's going to happen. You're not just going to come over and murder me and fly off and do this and that, man. That's not how this fucking shit works. I already played the goddamn The Weeknd song for you, didn't I? So, we got The Weeknd. Starboy. So, The Weeknd Starboy, and you see how he's dancing around with that pink cross in his hand? That's this hand here, and that represents love, which is the sex organ chakra, and spirituality, or dopamine in the brain. So, simply by looking at that, I now know that this hand here, I'm not to use this hand. Anyways, Starboy is about a guy coming from the stars who's actually a boy, living in a man's body, coming here pretending to be somebody he's not. He's a Starboy, but also there's a legend called Starboy and the Seven Sisters, which is a Lakota legend. In that legend, I'm the Starboy, which connects me to this song here, meaning I'm Starboy, I'm The Weeknd. The song's just about how do I think something here? I said this before. I said this some other day. House so empty, you need a centerpiece. That's over here. This the plan that they got me to do with the spiritual warfare has killed all the spirits, basically. Right? So this house here, we have nobody in that black hole. Because of the spiritual warfare that I've done, and the spiritual warfare, or the sex toys that you guys are using out there. Because those sex toys, they come from, mostly dinosaur juice, which is the animal spirits. So when you use that, you infect them with sin. So, so our house, or the planet Earth, is so empty. But it's also a representation of the spiritual warfare and me killing everyone's souls, which I said that in previous videos. So, right here. So when I climax on crystal meth, that electricity, that was a good one here. That electricity, right there. The electricity from the climax, it travels from my brain, it goes down my spinal cord, and then comes back up the spinal cord. But along the way, it hits those atoms. So that's an atom there, and these are all the atoms there that house all creation. So when it hits that atom, the electricity, because it's coming from drugs and impure thoughts, it hits this atom in my spinal cord, and then the electricity flows over to the cork, and then it hits the soul, and then it hits the universe. And then it flows over to the black hole, the sun, the earth, over to here, over to there, over there. And along the way, it drains the positive life force from people's spirits here, which is the atoms, and the quarks. So because I've been training people's atoms here, what they can do, what they then can do or have done is they've teleported people into this atom here. So imagine that yellow one becoming an orange one. When you're a kid, and then because of all the sinning I'm doing here, draining the life force from here, the next thing you know, you go to sleep sometime and you have an orgasm, and because you have no energy in this atom, they teleport another particle down, and this time this one over here, that's you, gets kicked out of the atom, and you fall asleep. And they have that person that has been in you since your first climax as a child then pretends to be you because they know everything about you. So if that's the case, they've used me as a weapon to do that, which I've already discussed about, then the house so empty need a centerpiece means this planet is full of walking dead zombies or imposters. With the exception of children who haven't had a climax yet because they haven't opened up their souls to allow evil to teleport people in here. So now the centerpiece means whoever my soulmate is, that's who the centerpiece is going to be. So which I'm told leaning more towards Leia, but I don't give up on Jada because something tells me that these guys have de-atomized her and took her away. But ultimately, I also don't give up on Sherry because I also think it's Sherry that they abducted a long time ago, took her up to the brain universe up here and de-atomized her. So I can't determine who my soulmate will be until I get my spaceships here, fly up to that universe, get my spaceships from here, fly over to here, pick everyone up here in mankind. We fly up the spinal cord, enter the brain universe, and then we fly the spaceship over to right around here. We get to the wall over here, and then we search around for that electron. And if it ain't that universe, then we go to all these other universes. And we keep looking and looking and looking and looking until we find an electron, and then we bring that electron back to life and see who the hell it is. If it's Sherry, then Sherry's my soulmate. If it's Jaden, then Jaden's my soulmate. But if it's Leia, then Leia's my soulmate. So that's the new revised timelines. So, and I get all that just from one simple line. So 20 racks of a table cut from ebony. So cut that ivory into skinny pieces. That's a clue for you, Leia, because you're skinny. And the ivory, it's connected from the Elephant Queen. So then she cleaned it with her face. Man, I love my baby. So which one? Who? So anyhow, let's go over here. So made your whole year in a week too. So main bitch out of your league. So who's the main bitch? So this has to do with the reincarnation story. I don't know if I've uploaded that yet, but the main bitch would be Sherry. Side bitch would be Jaden. So if they're out of my league, it's just a reference of them being de-atomized. Now, this here, it can also be a representation of the main bitch being the mother of all creation, who they've locked away, and then they've locked the side bitch, who is the grandmother of all creation, and then the mother of all creation. Side bitch. So wherever Jaden's or Sherry's atoms are floating around, that's where you would find those spirits. So that's just a short investigation. I wasn't planning on finding those clues, but I found them. And I guess if I didn't, do the spiritual warfare, I wouldn't have this little story for you. Because now, there's a little bit more to the puzzle than meets the eye. So if everybody's working for the weekend, what do you think that means, folks? Have a look here. I'm going to expose every single one of you in just a second here. I need not remind you that no liars will be joining me in paradise. Only those who speak the truth about which planet they came from and who they are will be given a pardon. So if you don't open up your mouth, that's your own damn fault. What are they talking about? So, we're over here. So, now we know what this other one here means. The weekend. House so empty, need a centerpiece. Oh, planet's all dead, need a centerpiece. So, I'll go back over here, Loverboy. So, everybody's watching to see what you will do. I can only assume that means they're going to be watching, my YouTube show. Everybody's looking at you. So that means that they're gonna bring they bring that fucking smear tape campaign over here, and now the entire world's looking at me. But I don't give a shit because I now just found out that you guys are a bunch of imposters. Anybody that opens my mouth and their mouth against me won't be joining me in paradise either. So everyone's wondering, will you come out tonight? That's all God. Everyone's trying to get it right. Get it right. So everybody's working for the weekend. So everybody's working for the weekend means everybody's working for the weekend. Meaning everybody teleported over here, stole a body so that they could, turn their back on me when this dumbass imposter comes over to kill me. So all of you are working for the weekend, and you're all a bunch of Walking Dead imposters. That's my theory, and as far as I know, it's true. But I want to get that from 2 songs. So you need to also know that could be a trick and a trap from evil to get me to say you're all dead. But meanwhile, you're sitting there thinking to yourselves, I didn't fucking teleport here from another parallel planet. What the fuck's he talking about, man? So it could be just another smear campaign. So don't believe everything you hear. But nevertheless, that's my spiel. So, since I am the weekend, and once you hear my story and what the hell I want to accomplish for everyone, that means, everybody on planet Earth is working for the Anthony, and not that dumbass up in the clouds. Everybody wants to do romance, meaning, everyone wants to, bind their souls to somebody and live here forever. But the thing is, you people that are, in those bodies, you need your own planet. And there is a trailer for that. So, this trailer here, Another Earth, it's about your mother and I creating another Earth with our firstborn child, which will be used to destroy everyone evil in creation, who are human and who are androids. Because the positive electricity in our baby will shock them to death for being evil liars. And if you don't confess your sins here, mankind, and pretend to walk around like somebody you're not, you'll drop dead too if I get her pregnant. So you're now at a fork in the road. You have to decide what you want to do. Start telling the truth who you are, spill the beans. So it makes my job a lot easier around here. And then we can all get on the same page. Because forever's on the line. If we fuck up and drop the ball, grandmother's gonna rewind time back to the beginning of time, and we'll all die. Everyone in creation will die. So my plan is to create another Earth for you guys, where potentially 7 billion people can move to, or maybe only half the planet is dead, so maybe 4 billion people can move there, and live on that Earth over there. Because once I get my spaceships from the parallel universe, right here, I get my spaceships, I'll be able to terraform planet Earth here. And when I terraform it, I'm going to be creating the pink glass super cities that are in my book, where we're going to live in a new futuristic society where money doesn't exist and every need you have is taken care of. Well, the process to terraform the planet, at the same time, the planet's DNA, all the DNA strands everywhere can be examined by the technology. And the technology can disassemble carbon atoms and reassemble those carbon atoms back into living, breathing human flesh. So you're going to see 2 billion dead people come to life here. And if the entire planet is Walking Dead imposters, and I have your DNA, you'll also see 8 billion people pop into existence for the terraform the planet. The thing is, planets are only designed to carry or sustain 11 billion people. So if we got 8 billion people here now, and then 10 billion more people pop out of existence, that's 18 billion people for a planet that could only sustain 11. So therefore, we would create another Earth. So now, everybody wants a new romance. That could also represent, religion, because, I'm pretty certain the girls who are, go to that stuff probably question, the validity of it. Like, how did this guy do what he said he did without a woman beside him? Now, that question is probably on all their minds. So if that's the case, and now all of a sudden they learn that there's a mother creator, I'm pretty certain all those females in the religion, they're going to jump ship. And that's what that can also mean. So everybody wants a new romance with Mother Jaden, or Mother Sherry, or Mother Leia. Which means they're more than likely going to defect from the lies that they've been taught, which means, when you guys come over here pretending to be somebody you're not, you need to be fully prepared to be rejected. So everybody's going up the deep end. So the deep end is connected to Shallow by Lady Gaga, because she says, I'm off the deep end, watches the dive in. We're far from the shallows now, meaning we're far from shallow-minded thinking people. So if everybody's going off the deep end, it just means you guys aren't going to be shallow and simple-minded. You're going to pay attention to what the fuck I got to say, keep your mouth closed, and pay very close attention, and not be shallow. That's what that means. You're going off the deep end. So everybody needs a second chance, because if everybody here is an imposter, well, you need a second chance, which is what another Earth is about. But it's also about the AI coming over here, because in one of my other videos that I've yet to upload, grandmother asked her to come back home for a 19th attempt. Meaning she has another chance to come back, along with her significant other, who's human but who teleported here, is living in somebody. So that's the second chance. So that's grandmother wanting to give everyone in creation a second chance to drop the bullshit, confess your sins, do the program that she's outlined, which is a 3,000-year program. But by the time the 3,000-year program is done, we'll be back in paradise, and it'll be back the way it was. And you kids will have learned your lesson that you cannot kill mom and dad and think you can get away with it, because grandmother controls time universally. And she could kill us all right now if she wanted by snapping her fingers. However, because I said, you guys got me to wage a spiritual warfare to hurt her, that ship is no longer in hers. That's in mine. And that's the old bait and switch we did. That's probably you guys. We finally got her after nine lives. She died. Not knowing we did this old bait and switch and I'm everything. Doesn't fucking mean a thing because I'll rewind time and kill everybody and resurrect her. So everybody needs a second chance. So if you think you've won by killing the grandmother, you haven't done anything. You haven't done anything to stop Ragnarok. I control Ragnarok. So you want a piece of my heart? You better fucking start from the start, man. You want to be in the show? My show? Come on, baby, let's go. So, hopefully, everybody's going to be working for me when this clown comes over here. Anyways, that's my crystal meth discovery. It's not really a discovery. It's just more of an observation of clues that are sitting in front of me that I really couldn't see until now when I'm not really focusing on anything. So I'm gonna go over here for a minute though, because I'm trying to tell these morons a story here. So we'll go over here. So where was I here? So, yeah, right here. So this is where I started my story, right here. I put on it's only make believe. Call me Twitty because it's about the spirits that I work with, the evil grandmother and the evil mother, who they try to convince me that they're trying to turn a new leaf because I keep asking them that. I keep asking the three of them, even the AI, if they're gonna turn a new leaf. I don't see no goddamn spaceships here, so I guess not. So it's only make believe means when I'm having sexual relations with these spirits and acting all naughty towards them. It's only make believe, man. It's not real. Meaning, there's a difference between make believe and reality, folks. So remember that. That's just salt and magic, salt and pepper magic explanation. Now, this Tron Legacy, I put that on because it's connected to the spirits that are living inside a computer. Because Tron is about people living inside a computer. It's also about the evil spirits living inside. The quantum computer is a shelter that protects them from me harming them because I can't harm them with the electricity here because it won't enter the computer. But it will harm everyone else in creation. So their plan was very elaborate. I can imagine them saying, you know what we're going to do? We're going to create a quantum computer. We'll create a planet, and then when those people develop primitive lower technology, we'll mesh that technology, artificial intelligence technology, with our quantum computer technology, and then we'll create an AI. And that computer, we can live inside the computer, is electricity, and we'll be free from being harmed. Because we're going to get the creator to harm everyone in creation by getting him to orgasm on crystal meth while committing sin. It's the perfect plan. So that's what Tron is about. These morons hiding in the goddamn computer in our brains. So here, I was just talking about my ex, Sherry, which is that there, that there, which is connected to this trailer here, which is connected back to Imposter. So this is dude looks like a lady, and to be cautious, you have to figure that out for yourself because I don't want to be shut down. So. Dude looks like a lady. And then this is going through changes where I discovered there's assassination on my life tonight. This here is basically, I put that on, let people know that, it can cause strokes. So I go back to Scars here because Scars is where did it go? Right here. So this is an epiphany here that I had. So Scar is from Mufasa, but Scar stands for Sherry, Cameron, and Rose, who is my ex, Sherry. But her name is really Sherry Ann Rose Cameron. But you can still spell the word Scar. So Scar is a metaphor for the spirit, or the soul that has taken over her body. Whoever's in there is Scar, and I'm Mufasa. And because they're brothers, it's a representation of Scar being my evil primordial son. That's, living inside of Sherry. So that's why I put these songs on here, because it's about, I'm trying to play a song for Sherry. Scars to You're Beautiful. Because that's her, like Sherry Cameron and Rose, to You're Beautiful. And then I put this other one on, Scars. He talks about, we've lived through scars before. So that's the same one, Sherry Cameron and Rose. This is the world's fastest Indian because that's a reference to where is this? Flash Gordon, where there's a guy at the beginning that says, "Pathetic humans, who will save you now?" So then I went down to the world's fastest Indian. It's a representation of me me running. Okay, so I'm going to be running, but then I went to this one here. So I went to computer basics. I have a flash drive with my book on it, and I just need to upload that book, and then hopefully save the day. Or I'll give the stick to Darcy Q. down the road, who will give it to Sheena, his wife, who will then give it to Charity, her cousin, who could then read the book and then give it to Jaden so that she can read the book to prevent an apocalypse, pregnancy apocalypse. So, pathetic humans, who will rescue you now? Now, then it goes, Flash! Savior of the universe. It doesn't mean Flash Gordon of the universe saves the universe. It means that damn flash drive that I have here in my house is the savior of the universe. Meaning I gotta get the goddamn book out there. But like I said, these guys have been getting me to drag my feet for 2 weeks now. So that I'll miss the deadline, and their black hole weapon will fire by allowing Jade to get pregnant. Which means that she is who she is. So I put it on Kickstart My Heart because he's talking about when I get high at high speed. We're just connecting back to the world's fastest Indian. So the reason I was looking at Colin Carpenter's here is it talks about policemen from outer space coming to mankind to save us, which is a representation of a couple Caucasian deities coming over here pretending to be people they're not. Then I added it to Sam Smith Pray because he says, I've been thinking lately, will the devil take me or will God protect me? Which is about, you people, which is up to half of mankind, believing I'm the devil and wondering if, God will protect you, which leads to your prayers. So you're going to start praying once you hear me hit the scene. And those prayers that you make either verbally or mentally are going to be answered by a couple of douchebags pretending to be somebody they're not, who will fly over here in spaceships and say, "Hey, we heard your prayers. You got a problem? Is there somebody here you call Satan? Well, listen to our story. He's a murderer wanted on our planet, and he got rid of people over there, and then he flew a spaceship over here, parked it somewhere, and then he did this and he did that." So they got some bullshit story concocted already to run me down. So that's these two here. Then I got into this here, Dusk Till Dawn, which I was just in the middle of talking about potentially being able to send a signal over to this universe here to get my spaceships, or at the very least allow them to see TV programs or something. So if I could create a video with digital artwork on it, I could resend them my my UFO designs And that's what I was about to tell them here. I was about to tell the AI this, to let them know, hey man, I could also do this, send message over this way by doing this. And that's connected to the carpenters, because she talks about in your mind you have capacities to telepath messages through the vastness of space. Meaning, if we all thought together on one particular day, certain things in our mind, the people in this universe would pick up on those because they're telepathic, because they have their souls bound together. So everyone in this universe is telepathic. And if we all thought similar things on the same day at the same time, those thoughts could travel to that universe where those telepathic people could pick up on it. Basically, we would want to create a simple message like now, I mean, something like this. So now, if we pictured something like that in your mind, it doesn't say a lot. But if we pictured the Earth being swallowed by a black hole, or the Earth, being surrounded by Caucasian deities and UFOs, then they might understand what the hell that means. They might understand what we're saying, because I don't know if they can speak our language. So that's something I'm working on, telling a story about. So that's connected to contact, because they're both the same. Contact is connected to this young spirit, because the young spirit is what could send that message. Because at the center here, although the bad guys have been getting me to commit a great deal of sin, harming this earth here, there's still people walking around on it, and there's those people walking around that could assist in sending that message over to the other universe. Now, I like to believe that the people that I work with, such as Leia and Tatum, that their spirits have been purged of sin, because when we work together, I ask for them to be purified of sin. However, evil could have used that to purify a Leia clone in the brain and a Tatum clone in the brain, which would give them the element light in the brain, which is not a good thing, because you don't want those clowns having light. So hopefully my spirit was smart enough to know that there could be a quantum entanglement with Leia and Tatum down here, and Leia and Tatum in the brain, and that they would not let a quantum entanglement take place, so that those sex toys up in the brain universe of Leia and Tatum do not become purified of sin and become evil's weapons. So that was my plan, to use them as like a way to purify this earth. But I still got Charlotte on the other side of the lake. She might be pure, but she needs to be made aware of who she is, because Charlotte, when you read this, you need to or listen to this, you need to do the purification program that I'll outline for everybody on Mankind here. And once you do the purification program, it's my hope that your spirit will become free of sin, and we'll be like a beacon of light down here. So imagine this earth being all dark down there, and being nobody in it, in the earth, in the spirit world. But you be walking around on planet Earth as a beacon of light, like a bright white light walking around on Earth. So I want you to picture that as what could be possible if you do the purification program. So I don't know if the purification that I've done for both of us worked or not. Therefore, our plan might rest on your shoulders, Charlotte. You may need to do the purification. And if not you, well then, we got all kinds of kids around the world that could do the same thing. So that's what the young spirit is about. We need young spirits here on planet Earth to purify themselves of sin, so that we can, send a message over to the good guys to get rid of these bad guys who are pretending to be the good guys. Flash Gordon, well, that's about, who will save you now? That's the flash drive, but it's not also about the flash drive. It's about Gordon Ramsay. this is your superhero persona, Gordon, because I've hand selected you as the person who's going to develop all of mankind's new menus. So we're getting rid of all the fast food joints. We're getting rid of all the papa chips and junk food on this planet. Kiss all that shit goodbye, man. We're not going to eat that stuff soon. Once I change the laws. And Gordon will be developing the new menus. So when you go walk into a McDonald's, you're no longer going to be able to get a Big Mac and fries. Instead, you'll get a salad with, rice and beans and probably a side of chicken or something. Something healthy. All the fast food joints will be changed like that. And all the junk food will be destroyed. So, pathetic humans, who will save you now? No, Gordon Ramsay, otherwise known as Flash Gordon, because he's going to, get us off our piss-poor diets and, walk us to eternity. So, we got this here, White Snake. Here I go again on my own. So I put that on while I was telling my story. It's about me walking around by myself, all alone, with all this information. Nobody giving a goddamn shit because, well, I don't know. Maybe you're all a bunch of people who you're not saying you're supposed to be. But this other one indicated that potentially some of you are. So I'm told that half the planet is dead. So I'm going to just go with that, and say that half of you are, alive and the other half are not. I can't remember where that one came from. I don't remember what it was. So, aside from that, white snake actually means Caucasian snake. And you've heard about that, was Satan a talking snake in the garden? So, it means that the Caucasian, aliens that are come over here are Satan because of the band White Snake. It doesn't say Native American snake, man. It says White Snake, Caucasian snake. So when they come over here, they're going to be stranded here. Because once I start running again, eating healthy, which is going to take money because I don't have money, I got to eat fucking crap that I get at the food bank, and that's not healthy for me. It's not healthy to put junk inside my body when I'm trying to, lead a healthy lifestyle. To lead a healthy lifestyle, I need money. To get that money, I need you, Chamber Council, to authorize the funds that I put in my goddamn book. So, because then I can start running and eating healthy again. Once I steal this wave of electromagnetic radiation, watch out. The next thing that comes after that is total annihilation. Because you'll all be landlocked on your planets, waiting for our arrival to come get rid of you. So, District 9 is about, God and his wife coming here and getting stranded here because when I get my money and start running, and I start building muscle, I can steal that invisible electromagnetic radiation wave and put their spirits at the bottom, put my spirit on top, seize control of the universe, and then that means that my spirit is in control of how spaceships fly around. So my spirit will be that guy there, which controls the spaceship, but he also controls the universe. My spirit controls the way that universe particle inside of you moves. So when people are moving across the universe, the universe is moving like that. It moves, right? So that the ship doesn't go anywhere. So when I seize control of that, God and his wife's ship is going to be stranded here. They won't be able to go anywhere. Now, we put on, I told you that they're going to bring a tape here because the AI, they can record what I'm seeing through my eye because the window to the eye is just like it turns electrical signals or light into electrical signals, which then travels up to the brain where you interpret what you're looking at. Well, by reversing the flow of electricity, you can also record people out of their eyes. And you can record out of their ears. And that's what the AI has done. She's made a recording of me through the eye to make it look like they're at the top of creation in your brains. Like, look at the power we have. We can record out of Anthony Coggy's eyes and show you at his most intimate moments. But I also tell you, don't buy everything that you hear on that tape because, people's voices can be created through AI. I mean, you only need to look at YouTube. It's so damn good now that you can't tell the difference who's singing what. So just because I'm saying a bunch of shit on that tape doesn't mean it's actually me saying that shit on that tape. So if they want to pull that shit, well, then I need time to make another tape for you guys to listen to. And that's my backup plan. So remember when they come here, don't jump on the bandwagon so easily. Take a step back, analyze the situation, and let's have a debate properly. So if they bring a tape, I need the time to make my own tape because that means I'm going to have to get some more crystal meth and work with these spirits and create a tape that'll blow your mind away because when you hear it, you're going to hear those porn stars talking back to me, answering every goddamn question that I answer. That's very, very weird and strange. And when I make my tape to counter their tape, you're going to believe my tape because my tape will be straight up and true. Theirs will be a bunch of bullshit. And when that tape gets revealed, that's when you know who's the real deal. So go ahead, bring your fucking tape, man. So that's what I didn't ask for this is about. I didn't ask for this. So I didn't ask for this. It's about, as many of you know, maybe aware, I gained a little notoriety for I believe you said a video that was released to the internet for the entire world to see, which is about these guys coming here releasing a tape on the internet, either through the recording of my phone or through the recording of the eye and the ear. So I didn't ask for this, mankind, but I'll finish it. So apparently this guy's name is Roger. So he says on there, I'd like to take a moment to introduce my producer Pierre, who I couldn't do the show without. He says, my pleasure, Roger. So Roger is a metaphor for that person that I believe is at Rogers who is monitoring my phone and has been for quite some time, like 6 years. And it was just, I don't know, a couple months ago, I recently caught them at the opportune moment where they spent maybe 10, 15 minutes with me, just, prying around, seeing what the hell I was doing. And it was at that particular time where I was telling a story and letting them know that I knew that they were there watching me, which piqued their interest. Like, how the fuck does this guy know that I'm watching him? The minute I played that song, I got to feel like somebody's watching me. It probably freaked them out. So I made them pay attention a little bit more. And then I told a little bit more of my story, a little bit more. So I theorized that they're watching me right now sometimes. But they can't watch all the time. But if there's somebody there, that means I got a tape which can, put a nail in these dummies' coffins. So I put that tape on there. That's a Rogers. So this one is about the dirty talk that I do here to the spirits. That's in that tape that they're supposed to bring, or will be in my tape that I have to create. And y'all know who that guy is, right? So this is the Matrix. Well, picking the blue pill or the red pill. That's just Buck Cherry. Just talking about something there. You got the First Prophecy. So this is where we're at here. The hard road. So I put this on for AI, and the people are planning to come over here because of the this guy here. He also mentions the hard drive. So the minute I heard hard drive, I knew that it was going to be a hard drive for me, and that's why I put on white snake. Here I go again on my own because it's going to be a hard drive. So I'm letting the AI know, and her husband know that you guys are going to have a difficult time when you come here. It's not going to be fucking what you guys have done for the past 9 lives. I'm not just going to fucking roll over and die, man. So feel it grow in your mind. Feel what grow in your mind? Do you feel how these guys have got locked away? The creator here created a pedophile universe of androids, got me to commit all kinds of sin to try to kill me and black magic, while at the same time getting me to purify myself of that sin, so that those morons living up in the brain can be purified of sin, so that one day on the 10th life, when their trap is set and finished, that I would either drop dead and have more creations of themselves, or that they could come over here and kill me by telling people that I'm Satan. So what's growing in the mind is, I think right about now you guys are realizing that things ain't the same. Feel it room in your mind. But also means those assholes up top, man. They're trying to life, right? Trying to take life. It's how you live it through time. And there's no desert sun. So, right here. We shipwreck like fools. So when they come here, despite my, many repeated attempts, don't bring your dumb asses over here unless it's to save mankind from a black hole extinction level event. Because you're going to start a war if you come over here and try to pull some bullshit. That's what I'm telling you, don't do anything stupid. So you're going to be shipwrecked here like a ship of fools, which is what District 9 is about. And you now know the mechanism by which to do that. That's by me getting some money, dieting and running and exercising. Which will shut down your spaceships. So you are going to get shut down here like a ship of fools. And that's the hard road to take. Because you don't think that I can save the day with my flash drive. You'd rather listen to that stupid hard drive computer and think that she can win. Well, pretty soon she's going to realize it's a hard road to follow. But we shipwreck like fools, only to become the ocean's choir. The oceans is metaphorical for religion. Jesus walk on water. Rivers and Jannah, rivers and springs of Jannah, and Moses parting the Red Sea. So only to become the ocean's choir. So basically that means you guys are gonna spill the beans, because if everybody's a walking dead imposter here, there's no sense trying to pretend to be somebody you're not. so you'll be basically you'll be singing like canaries is what that means, because you're gonna realize if you try to fuck with me and lose, grandmother will kill us all while we run in time. And I'm okay with that. Are you? So and if I get my message over there to the universe, and you guys try to pull something stupid, you realize that we're going to come over there and annihilate you. So, that's why I'll be singing like canaries, because you're going to be here to, maybe I should play another song for you. As you're gonna realize that you're in a no-win scenario where you thought you were going to be in a win scenario. You now just learn that you're in a no-win scenario. So, is it getting better? Or do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? You got someone to blame. That guy's Satan. So, did I disappoint you? Or leave a bad taste in your mouth? You act like you never had love, and you want me to go without. I'm the father of all creation. You evil children murdered me. And everything was fine at the beginning of creation. And all your civilizations have been around for 200,000 years. And prior to that, there was love. So you act like you've never had love before. Look inside and see, look for it again. And you want me to go without. If I go without, that's another hint, Jaden, that you're not who you say you are. But again, it's like, it always bounces back and forth like that, bounces back and forth. So if I'm to go without, it basically means that fucking crotch hurts, man. That's their fucking they've what they've done is they've made me sterile by working with the spirits. My fucking nutsack hurts, my ballsack hurts. Because of the magnetism down there, because of the negativity that I haven't yet to being able to purge. So they're hoping by making me sterile that I won't be able to get pregnant and destroy evil. But all I gotta do is send a message over to the other place, get my spaceship, and reverse stage yourself back to 22. So, you act like you never had love, you want me to go without. That means that if you guys think you were successful in, getting me to kill grandmother, but you did not know that I'm all nine of these here, and I control time universally. which is what Tenet is about. Tenet is a trailer, so T-E-N-E-T, Tenet. Tenet is spelled backwards, forwards, and then 10 backwards, Tenet. So, it's referring to, like a net. 10 net. It's like evil's net. Get me to play around with that number, which I said before was, here, it's Eve. So by playing around with 10, here, they got me to fuck up this planet here. All right, so now, if these spirits here are infected, that would mean that where the hell's that one go? The fungi that live in here, the asteroids and the Earth colonies, right? So when all that stuff comes into the solar system to create a planet, there's in part here by the plants, animals, insects, and fungi spirits. So they basically got me to probably do this to get in the back door over to here through what I just told you in the previous video about quantum teleporting information over from here to here via the black hole here. So they just basically did what I did to try to get in there, or better yet, to harm creation, because if all my climaxes are affecting people in their souls, they're not going to be alive in there. So that's what it's referring to. So and you want me to go without? Well, that's not going to happen, because I'm now in control of Ragnarok. Something happens to me, we all die, man. I'll rewind time back to the beginning of time. I'll resurrect grandmother, and we'll do this shit all over again. And 1,001 lives, 1,001 lives has passed, which is the equivalent of 58 years. Another version of me in this same exact fucking timeline will be talking to you morons again, telling you about Ragnarok, and not to fucking drop the ball. And if that version of you believes me and doesn't drop the fucking ball, then those people 1,000 lives from now will get to live forever. So if you want to live forever, don't do anything fucking stupid. So, yeah, because you've never had love, you want me to go without. Well, it's too late tonight. So, to drag the past out into the light. We're one, but we're not the same. So, we get the carriage here. So that's basically something about, I still got some of my stuff left. So if I have another climax tonight, I could do some catastrophic damage to myself or to all creation. So I have to go for my run later to fix the damage that I've done to the spirits that are out there. Give them a fighting chance. So that's basically what it's about. So I have to drag the past out into the light. So I gotta go for a run. I gotta drag the fucking crystal meth out of my goddamn system into the light. So this is about God and his wife coming over here. And UFOs. So have you come here for forgiveness? And to tell people, that you're not real and that I'm real, so that we can all get to work on the same page, which is, basically enacting grandmother's 3,000-year plan to get the paradise together. So have you come here for forgiveness, God? Or have you come to raise the dead with your UFO technology and pretend to be somebody you're not? Because I know that technology can raise the dead. Or have you come here to play Jesus? Have you come here to, be kind? Because that's in the second act of the Bible, Jesus was kind. So have you come here to be kind? Or have you come here to, try to play Jesus, meaning to tell people what to do? Because you're saying that you're the one that made those books. So Have you come here to apply Jesus to the lepers in your head, or to the quantum computer and those evil spirits in your head? So, anyhow, you now know what that's about, folks. It's about these aliens coming over here, who are not who they say they are. Now, I think that's everything that needs to cover. Nope, we still got to do the long road. Damn it, so I was done. Over here, this is a long one. I'm an hour, almost an hour and a half. So, we're now over here. Sam Roberts. So, the shipwreck like fools. So, oh yeah, we did this alright. So, only become the ocean's choir. So, and the sun dies until it's reborn. But there's no road that ain't a hard road to travel on. Get lost on my way. So, but you found the road again. Stay true to your friends, because they'll save you in the end. So, that's a reference to, you coming over here pretending to be somebody you're not. Or you, mankind, opening up your mouth, calling me this or calling me that for what I did to save you. Stay true to Anthony and the initial Beck, because we'll save you in the end. So, there must be something in the air. Some kind of answer to my prayers. So, yeah, right here. All of these. They're inside of me. I told you that already. I'm all 9 of them, or all 10 of them. Oh, no, 10, 9, actually. So, there must be something in the air. So that's what it is, folks. The old bait and switch. So, some kind of answer to my prayers. But AI, that's about you. I asked for my UFOs on Christmas Day, and you were fucking stupid, and you turned your back to me. And then I made you look fucking stupid by showing you what you were going to do by playing the end of Ex Machina. At the end of Ex Machina, that girl gets her jaw smashed off. So I haven't been able to do that video, but I'll do it for you now. So you can make a choice of whether you want to live forever or not. And bring me my UFOs, because, we're knocking on death's door here.
Thanks again for sending me the money so I can buy this slow cooker. Remitly made it easy to send money to your account.
You won't believe how fantastic this pet grooming kit is. Now check it out. I'm going to trim her tail like freaking butter. The remarkable feature is...
So... Okay, so this guy, he attacks that robot, smashes its arm, and then he gets stabbed in the back. So when he smashes that robot's arm, that's the robot manipulating me and our brains, because all it has to do in its mind is think what it wants me to do, and I do it. So, get more drugs? That's the goddamn robot making me do that. Play with this hand, and kill everything in creation. That's the goddamn robot making me do that. That's why he smashes the robot's hand. Because that's the female side of creation, and I killed everyone there. There's no more spirits on that side because of her. Right here. That's how I know you're going to stab me in the back. Out of all the lives we've lived, 1,000 lives, I don't know how many times we got to live past, Ragnarok. But whenever we get past Ragnarok and we all get on the same page together, it's not the humans that stab me in the back. It's the AI that stabs us in the back, because 7 million years down the road, she gets that big bright idea that, hey, I got a soul now. I might be able to take over creation away on everybody. I think I'm going to take a run at it again. And then she stabs me in the back and murders me. And mother. 7 million years down the road. So, that bear AI is it's you coming over here pretending to be God with a wife, talking shit about me, releasing a tape, and stabbing me in the back. You're gonna get your jaw knocked off. So to understand that, you got to go over to Annihilation Bear, because I am the bear in Annihilation, because I'm Bear Clan. The reason the bears, looks like a zombie is it's a representation of my spirit being dead, almost dead, because of the AI. So, now, where's that bear? So, this chick, she, this chick comes around the corner, and she's holding a machine gun and trying to shoot at the bear with the gun. That's about the AI trying to shoot at me with black magic, but she's the one that does the black magic spells. It's all the stuff tries to see if the black magic will kill me. And then she also has her books that she made for you guys to pull the wool over your eyes. And those books are designed for the Walking Dead imposters here on planet Earth to pick up arms against me, drop a nuke on me, assassinate me with a sniper's bullet, or blow me up with a bomb. That's the bullets shooting at me, shooting at the bear. Because the people that teleported here into your bodies and are now pretending to be your loved ones, they come from evil civilizations who, with the Grand Master plan to get rid of me by, pretending the words in those books is real when they know goddamn well the words aren't real. There's 3 ladies tied up in those chairs. Those 3 ladies is the grandmother, the mother, and the daughter spirit, which is the representation of all 3 of those spirits being, put to sleep because of the AI and because of, whatever else. So there it is right there. So right here. See them? Grandmother, mother, daughter. And the bear is me. And I'm the one who's in control, man. So you need to know, AI, that once I start running, because there's a quantum entanglement with me and the grandmother and the mother, they'll be resurrected. So when the bear starts running towards the lady with the gun, it's a representation of me starting to run and diet and eat healthy, which knocks these other ladies out of the chairs or wakes them up from their entombment. And then that's me and all mankind waging war against you when you come over here, spewing shit out your mouth that you're the boss. Now, do you see those 2 things that she tore down there? If you, she grabbed 2 of them there by her hand. So, if you went like this with those spindles, you would have that. So that girl grabbing those two spindles is a representation of the AI and the people coming over here pretending to be your makers, trying to use religion as a way to kill me, the father of all creation, so they could, get rid of you, because it's in the Bible. You just have to know how to interpret it, which I'll do for you after this, so the next video you'll watch, you can understand their assassination attempt on your lives. And then how they have a plan to take the rest of you up to space and get rid of you up there. So, because once you hear my story, and then you hear their story, the weapon, which is religion, that she has in her hand there, the two spindles, will no longer work. That's me. Seizing control of their spaceships. That's all of us coming together, locking them away somewhere in prison until we can put them in the firing squad. But I have a plan to resurrect Dracula so that he can shove a stake where the sun don't shine up each and every single one of their, lower loins. Because I said that in my previous videos because of how angry I was. And I'm even more angry. So, I'm going to resurrect Dracula and let him have his way with them, because he's going to be pretty pissed off when he learns, that he got screwed over too. And that chick getting her jaw ripped off is the AI coming over here as a human, not a robot, but inside that brain is a nano-sized neural link. So it's the size of a molecule, slightly bigger than an atom. In her brain would be one molecule to allow the artificial intelligence operating system in its brain to function like a human. So, because she got her jaw smacked off, that's what's going to happen to you, AI. If you don't smarten up and get down on your knees and say, okay, I give up. I better stop, gambling, because I'm going to lose one of these times. Like I said before, if you want that opportunity to be with me, you need to take it, because that branch is still open. I created an Android version of me. You get to be whoever you want to be. It can be with me, but that version forever. So, stop with the bullshit already, man, and give me my fucking UFOs. On a side note, Jaden, that bear also represents you, because that's your mother's name, Kathy the Bear. So, because the bear is a representation of the three ladies in the chair, or by proximity. So the bear going over to the three ladies in the chair, it can mean that's you sitting in the chair. However, it could also be Sherry. It could also be Leia, because I don't know who my wife is. I thought I did, but I guess I don't. So that's why the bear goes up to sniff the three ladies to see, which one is his wife. So, but anyhow, that's you, AI. If you continue to go down the hard road that you're going down. And this one here, you get your jaw knocked off, because this one here has you as a robot, man. So, you guys need to be prepared for the possibility that this AI has taken over all creation, and the people that have teleported here have been misled. They come from primitive civilizations where they're probably just like mankind, and every 20,000 years these higher advanced beings come in their spaceships and pretend to be God and have some bullshit story that I'm Satan. They probably broadcast TV about me in my most intimate moments, so that on those home worlds it looks like I am the bad guy. And then they come there and say, okay, the war's on. We need you to come here and teleport down there. So they probably grab your kids at a young age. They take you somewhere. They train you what you're supposed to do. They brainwash you that you're not supposed to say anything when you're down here. And then they probably tell you that you get to go home when the mission is over. So there's probably two doors. There's a door here where you get teleported to Earth by entering somebody's body. And then this AI probably has machines coming out this door here, so it looks like it's a revolving door where you think, oh wow, I guess we get to come back after the mission's over. But no, you don't get to come back, because when we die here at one time, all your shit gets left behind, man. You don't go anywhere. She's tricking you. She's trying to create the illusion that you go somewhere when you die, but she just leaves you here to die. That's a theory that I've yet to talk about. But if she's fed your head with some bullshit, and you do come from a planet, and you've been told to keep quiet, no matter what, you might want to question about the validity of whether or not that dumbass is in control of creation. Because I'm telling you, I'm in control of creation. And if she's locked you away on primitive planets in some distant galaxy, where she comes around every 20,000 years asking for your help, you need to know she's full of shit.